Okay, y'all, welcome to Home Talk. And this is our second webinar, and I am so happy that you're here. This is really my heart. This is my heart to help y'all grow your blogs, to help you drive traffic to your blogs. And the first webinar was all about how to make money from blogs and how to work with brands. But we got an overwhelming, amazing response to that webinar. And so I was talking to the Hometalk team, and I said, you know what, I think the thing that I love the most about Hometalk is that it is helping me to drive traffic to my blog. And so I wanted to give hi Laura, I wanted to give you a little bit of a case study. So, in a little bit of my history with Hometalk, and then I wanted to talk and then let's get started. But I thought, how best could I prove to you how excited I am about this? How best could I prove to you how much value that I think that it has? I think the best way I could do that was to tell you my own personal experience and actual numbers of traffic that I drove to my blog. I was kind of one of the original Home Talkers. I started with Hometalk, and I've believed in it all these years, and it's an amazing, incredible company. But as life happens, I had kind of gotten busy and kind of really pulled away from Hometalk, not on purpose. No, there was no reason. Life got busy and things happened. And so I would say probably about 3 or 4 months ago, I decided Miriam and I were talking, and I said, I came on board as an ambassador, and I said, you know what, before I do anything, I want to do a case study on my blog. And so I did most everything that I'm going to share with you today. I did it. And I am currently, right now, I was actually pulling up my stats. I am driving over 10,000 page views a month to my blog. Okay, so wait, let's just press pause on that. And because I love any number that has double digits. Actually, that's 5 digits, 10,000. And I did it through a variety. Hi, Melanie, how are you doing? I did it through a variety of things that I'm going to talk to you about here, but I think that sometimes people, as bloggers, we don't share sometimes, not because we don't want to, it's just, and I'm really here to encourage you, because I think that Hometalk sometimes is overlooked as a resource. We look at Instagram, we look at Facebook, we look at other places, but here was Hometalk, and I started doing everything that I'm going to share with you, and I drove over 10,000 page views a month. I think in December, which now that is Q4, and it is an amazing time, and we all just love our lives in Q4, but in Q4 it was actually over 11,000 per month. So but I started kind of slow. I think the first month was about 7, and then it went a little bit larger, and then in December it was over 11,000 page views per month, which, hello, raise your hand if you want 11,000 more page views to your blog per month. Anyone? Oh, good. That's for sure, because yes, who doesn't? Yes, Courtney. Yes, Melanie. Yes. Like, I wish I could hear y'all saying yes. Like, say yes at the computer to me, because you can do it. Like, if I can do it, y'all can do it for sure. So I think that's a very important thing, is like, those were page views that I had overlooked. They were just kind of laying on the table, and I hadn't really, sorry, y'all, there's kind of hair getting in my glasses. But I just, when I went back to Hometalk and started using Hometalk, and yes, Deb, yes, Carrie, yes, Lynn, yes, Katie, yes, Katie, I love that. But who doesn't want more page views? And so, so here I'm going to tell you how I did. It's no big secret, but there are some clever things that I really discovered along the way. And I did a little bit of research, and I talked to some other bloggers who were hugely successful on Hometalk. And here are some of the things that they shared with me, and now I'm going to share with you, and things that I'm doing, and things that you probably are not even aware of, because sometimes when I tell bloggers, they're like, what? Say what? Hometalk does what? So, okay. So the first thing I want to talk through is just basically Hometalk's platform. So Hometalk has a huge platform, and their numbers are growing literally daily. They have 21 million members over there on Hometalk. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm on Hometalk TV as well. And the members are, for the most part, I find very kind, very welcoming. There's a lot of questioning going back and forth. And I just think I just have found a very welcoming atmosphere over there on the Hometalk site. They also have 7.9 million readers per month. And so who wouldn't want a piece of that? Their Facebook page has 8 million followers, which, hello, I can remember when they just had a couple 100,000 and we thought that was a big deal. And their Instagram page has 198,000, so almost 200,000 users over there. I mean, likes on, or not likes, what's the word I'm looking for? Followers on Instagram, 198. And their Pinterest page has 10 million plus followers. And I think the reason why I tell you those stats is because you want to come forth when we're talking about Hometalk, you want to come forth and say, well, how is Hometalk able to send us all this traffic? And the reason why they're able to send the traffic is because they have this huge base of readers, and the readers truly are interested. So I think the blogger model, like if we're being completely transparent, and I think it's very important to be transparent. When I first started with Hometalk, I think kind of the blogger model is what we would do is we would go over there and I would do like about a half a post. And then I would put probably as not that much of information because I really wanted them to come back to my blog. And that's probably the first, I don't know, maybe 10 posts I did over there on Hometalk. That's what I did. I put the information and then I would try to like drive half of the traffic back to the blog. And when I came back to Hometalk and really started using it, I quickly discovered that that's not going to work. Like that's not the way to drive the traffic, because what happens is I feel like the readers were getting upset because they were only getting half of the traffic, only half of the posts, and they didn't really want to click over there. So when they did click over to my blog, they were kind of irritated with me a little bit. I also feel like the user experience on Hometalk is better. And you're like, okay, well, how do I drive traffic then if I'm giving Hometalk the post, basically? And that's what we are here to talk about. So why would you even use Hometalk? Like if you've never really tried Hometalk, or if you're just starting with Hometalk, why would you even begin to use it? Okay, number one, hey Cynthia, how are you doing? I think number one, as we already talked about, I think the stats are totally amazing. I think that the capability of the users over there. Now, in amazing news, Hometalk just started doing something that is absolutely incredible. They have totally really up their game on their SEO on their site. They're going through and really reevaluating the site and making the search engines on the site so much better, which then in fact that translates to us. So the first thing that I did to really get my posts more visibility, because now here are all these search engines, SEO on Hometalk and everything is working amazingly well, and people are searching for things. Well, how do you kind of pop up to the top of the search engines? So it's kind of like, I don't know if you are, as a blogger, if you ever go over and try to update old posts on Google for SEO. So you update them on your blog and then you resubmit them to Google. Well, I thought, why couldn't I apply that same concept to Hometalk? So I talked to them and I said, what happens if I go back in there and I update an old post? In other words, kind of like you do on your blog. Like on our blog, we update old posts. And by updating, I mean, we add some new pictures, we add some more words to kind of make it, we answer some more questions, we just kind of shake up the content a little bit. And then after we do that, oh, no worries, Cynthia, that's fine. Like there's no late here. We're all in this together. So I think that when you do that on Google, then you go and then you resubmit it to Google. So has anyone tried that with Google before? Does any of y'all doing your SEO? I'd love to hear kind of your experiences with Google and SEO, if anyone has done that. But the same principle applies on Hometalk. So what I did, because when someone searches through Hometalk's massive archives, there are so many posts. Well, if you posted like, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, even 3 years ago, where are you? Unless you have a super unique project, most of the time you're going to rank pretty low in the searches. So you wouldn't come up to the top of Hometalk search. But if you go in there and you update your old, you don't know what it means to resubmit on, you can email me and I'll explain it to you, but you re-index it on Google. Basically, that means that you're resubmitting your content to Google again. In other words, it's kind of like, let's say that you like get your hair done and you get your makeup done and you look super cute, and like you want to go see your old ex-boyfriend, like same principle. But you're saying to Google, like, hey, look, I'm all spiffy and brand new now. You're showing them your post. And then what Google does is re-indexes and moves you up, hopefully, in the search engine. Not every time, but most of the time, especially with a brand new post. Can you talk about what Hometalk is? Okay, let me get to that in one sec. But basically, when you do that on Google, and if you have any questions about that or anything specific to that, you can email me privately and I will answer all of those questions for you. But the same principle, and this is an important thing, it applies to Hometalk. So let's say that you, just as an example, let's say that you wrote a post about, one of my popular posts over there is how to paint a plywood subfloor, okay? So let's say I write that post like 4 years ago. Well, when people search for painted plywood subfloor, and I wrote it 4 years ago, guess what? There's probably other people that have painted plywood subfloor, and I'm moving down, 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 down in the Hometalk search engines just because of algorithms and because the age of the post. Well, if I go into my post, my old post on Hometalk, and I update it, and I put new photographs in there, and I update it with new content, and I put new wording in there, and I just, freshen it up, kind of like getting a makeover, getting your hair done, getting your red lipstick on. I update my post to make it fresher and newer. Then something amazing happens. It pops up to the top of the Hometalk. So then when someone comes on there and searches for painted plywood subfloor, guess who gets the traffic? This girl. So that's my best tip for that part of it. I think that's an amazing thing. Probably a lot of people haven't thought about going around Hometalk and redoing your old post, but I did it, and it's almost like giving a new breath of life to some of your posts on Hometalk. And then we're going to talk about how to make those Hometalk posts drive traffic to your blog. But the first thing is to even just get noticed on Hometalk, because Barbara asked us, I know, right, Christina? Isn't that like amazing? Okay, so Barbara's asking what Hometalk. So if you're joining us and you have no idea what Hometalk is an online DIY community. And what you would do is, if you're interested in joining Hometalk, it's free. You get on there and you just go over, you will sign up for an account, and then you can post a project at the top, and then you can take some of we're looking for DIYs, we're looking for crafts, we're looking kind of before and after. Those are some of the most popular posts on Hometalk. So if you're looking for posts that you want to post on Hometalk, so now we're just trying to get our posts noticed over there. So here are some of the most popular posts. So if you're a blogger and you're thinking, okay, I really want to get my posts seen on Hometalk, here are some of the most popular posts on Hometalk. So creative furniture makeovers. Those are huge over there. Also, curtains, like any window treatments. Cool painting techniques. Those are also super popular over there. Any DIY window treatments. A post of mine that's popular over there is drop cloth, which you can see behind me, drop cloth curtains that I made out of drop cloth. So any kind of utilitarian, anything where you're repurposing or reusing anything, those do really, really well on Hometalk. Also headboard ideas. So, which I thought, that's kind of random, but that's its own category, headboard ideas. But headboard ideas is it's a very unique project, and people are always looking for fun headboard ideas. Then also crazy makeover hacks. So where, like one of my popular posts over there, I took belts and I made a tabletop just with leather belts. I cut like leather belts and I trimmed them, and I put and made a tabletop with them over on Hometalk. So those are the most popular posts. So our first goal on Hometalk, which is this huge, so don't resubmit it as brand new, just update it. And then when you update it, it pops it up to the top of the queue again, because it's like Hometalk in a way kind of thinks, just like Google thinks that you have this new post when you resubmit it to Google, Hometalk thinks the same thing. So it's a great way. Some of these old posts, especially if, you were doing the thing where you only had half of the content over there or something, and is there a secret to getting your post boosted? I assume that's what's happening when I get hundreds of thousands of views, and others that have many and you don't. Okay, that is a great question. Great question, Jess. What happens is certain posts are more popular just by content are more popular. And then sometimes they just catch on, like more people. If it's a uniquer post, a lot of times those get a lot. Sometimes Hometalk features it in the newsletter. And when they feature the newsletter, it definitely gets, yes, you just go into edit and you just edit it over there. So you fix the pictures, fix everything else, and you're going to edit. So just some of the posts when Hometalk feature, we're gonna talk about how to get featured on the newsletter and all of that stuff in just a sec. But and different things are different things. Sometimes something's popular, sometimes not. Sometimes if you go in and update and for whatever reason that topic didn't resonate with Hometalkers, it's kind of like why on your blog are some posts super popular. And let's be honest, y'all, you never know what kind of posts are gonna be popular. Like one time I wrote an entire post about this amazing bicycle wheel calendar that I thought was going to be the next hottest thing since sliced bread. It was like a bicycle wheel, and I cut out these little triangles and I put chalkboard on them and you could spin the days of the week. I mean, is that not like amazing? Except nobody, I think like 4 people pinned it. It was like, and I was one of them. I think my mom pinned it. I don't even know, but and I thought that was going to be amazing. So you never know. You just never know as a blogger. And that's why you just have to try different things and see what works. So amen. You never know what will go viral. So how far I would go in now. So I would follow the same rules that you kind of follow for Pinterest. So I always try to do everything like 2 or 3 months ahead of time. So because you want to get those posts already in the queue, because the more people that see it, the more people that are going to be clicking on it. And you want to make sure that you're at the top of that queue. So I would go in now for sure for Valentine's Day. I would also start looking at 4th of July posts. I would also start looking at any spring renew posts that you have, anything like that. Now some posts are evergreen, like the curtains or the headboards. Those are going to be evergreen, and it doesn't really matter when you do that. But holiday posts for sure, I would do 2 or 3 months in advance. It's hard to get new photos of progress. I get it 100%. And so what I do on that, just a great tip for that is sometimes I have posts like, so for example, if I'm painting, if it shows painting and I have where I was painting another project and it looks kind of similar, I use that photo. Or I think the other day I was cutting something. I needed a cutting photo and I just grabbed my phone real fast and took a ribbon and just cut the ribbon to show what a cutting photo would look like. I mean, you want to be as close as possible and you want to represent the project truly. But if you need an in-process photo, sometimes you can use other photos for other projects that you have that just show the process that you were using if the process matches up with that project that you're creating out there on Hometalk. So, okay. So another question I get asked all the time is people are very leery of putting their content over on Hometalk because, and this is a popular thing among bloggers, you hear, well, they're getting views over there and I'm not getting any views, and Google is ranking them higher in the search engines. And the amazing news is because of everything that's happened, because of some of the challenges that Hometalk has faced, Hometalk now has gone in and de-indexed the projects. So there's no competition between Hometalk on Google and you on Google. You own that project on Google. Hometalk is de-indexing the projects over on its site so it does not compete with you. So I think, like, way to go, Hometalk. I think that was amazing news. I know, right? I know. Okay. Another thing is people say all the time, will it take too much time to post on Hometalk? That's like another big thing I heard when I was talking to bloggers. And literally when I'm doing it, this is exactly how I do a post. I timed myself the other day and I wrote a post in 17 minutes. Now, I'm a little fast. I'm a little bit, I'm a little extra. So what I do is I just drag my photos from my computer and just drag them and drop them in. You just drag and drop your photos. And I line up all my photos and then I go ahead and write. And I always start with a before. I don't put the after at the very top. I always start with a before at the very top. And at the bottom, I put the after. And then in between, I put the in-process photos and write out all the steps. But if you already have the photos over there and everything's in line, it's so much easier to post. So, and that beautiful after at the end. And sometimes I was trying to be super funny on Hometalk. Maybe people were not getting it. I was thinking how funny I was, but people did not think I was very funny. So I just try to keep it straight to the point on Hometalk. So, okay. And also you want to make sure that your pictures are well lit, just like on your blog. I mean, you want people, it is a great tip. And if you drag the pictures, it's so much easier. It's like, like I was trying to find on my computer, I just have them on my little bar at the bottom, or I pull open the folder where all the pictures are. And a lot of times, when you drag and drop, it literally takes 5 seconds, and then your post is already ready to go. In essence, you just have to write it. So now here is a great tip, and this is something that people have done and I tried it, and it works amazing. Okay, so when you post on Hometalk, you get 3 links back to your blog. So I noticed that I was actually doing this, I was linking back to the original project on my blog at the end. Why was I doing that? Because they've already seen the project on Hometalk. So here is a great tip. Look, this is like such an amazing tip. Okay, so let's say I had a piece. Yep, that's right. Number one, as you, Deb, you're brilliant. So let's say that I was doing a piece about painted furniture. So I would do this piece about painted furniture, and then I'd go to my blog and I search painted furniture. And that gives me a URL for the category of painted furniture. So you can do this for anything. You can do it for Valentine's. Let's say you do a Valentine's, you could search Valentine's on your blog. If you do, oh gosh, kitchen ideas, you could search kitchen ideas on your, whatever your category is on your blog. And then you take that URL and you take that URL and you where you put your post link normally, you put that URL. So it links back from your post to a category on your blog. So when I know, it's like my favorite tip ever, because then what happens when people come over there to your blog, there are all of your posts. It's not just one post, and you want to say, hey, and I always make it like sound super appealing, like who wouldn't want to come back to my blog? So I say like, oh my gosh, if you love these, I have at least 55, like make up some number. I mean, accurate number, but like you'd say, I have 47 more. I know, isn't it genius? It's so smart. So I say, I have 47 other painted furniture posts on my blog. Why don't you click here to see all of them? They click over there. Then there's all your thumbnails. Everything's ready to go. And people will get lost in your blog. And then inevitably what happens, which this is the most amazing thing that's happened to me, when they click, every time they're on your blog and they click, then it's like studies have shown, the more clicks they have, the more they become a follower of your blog. And if you want my opinion, clicks are great, traffic is great, but traffic is so temporal. What we want is we want someone to invest in our blog. And using your Hometalk, all the experience that you're demonstrating, all the crazy, amazing projects, it's like someone might have never found you in the entire world. And then, yes, you want fans, because fans are what is going to sustain your blog through the hard times. Like, how many times have you gotten a feature somewhere? You'll get a feature and like your traffic is like this, and then it goes like this. And in that moment, it's amazing. In that moment, you have like 10,000, like just in one day, you'll have like 20,000 page views. And then all those people go away and nobody like invests in you and nobody becomes a fan. So what I find is when I started doing that URL with the categories, the more people clicked, then I noticed an uptick in my email subscriptions. And I noticed an uptick. People were following me at, hey, I found you on, they'd say on Facebook, hey, I found you over on Hometalk. It's like they wanted to invest in you. It's almost like they're saying, thank you for having all of these amazing projects. So I always try to add 2 links. Now, I'm kind of doing a test right now to see, sometimes I add them in the body of the post because I'm trying to see if that works better, or if at the end. But regardless, I have my category link, and then I also have 2 other links that totally relate to that post, because what I'm trying to do is say, look how much you like this post. Look how great this is over here. Don't you really want to like come see what else I have? Like, this project is so clever. Don't you want to see? And that's why I spend so much time going into the detail on why you want your Hometalk post to be so great. Because if your Hometalk post is great, people are like, wait, I want to check her out. I want to see more about what she's doing. So, okay, so here is another great way to drive traffic. And this works like, okay, let me pause because this is such a good thing. I want like everyone paying attention. I shouldn't be allowed to have this much fun. Okay, so here's what I don't get out much. is my big joy in life. Okay, so what you do is after you write your post, then I offer them something free over on my blog. So let's say, for example, that you did a furniture painting post. You could put together a little PDF, like nothing big, like maybe just a 1 sheet or 2 sheet of some of your favorite painting tips, okay? And you say, oh my gosh, I can make this project even easier for you if you just click here, and you could add the link to where you're offering them. If you come over to my blog, I'll share this PDF with you. And you can even have that link somehow to your email and then get them to sign up for email. And then when they sign up for email, they get the free thing. I started doing this free. Like if I said, I'll give you 30 ways to decorate your house for free. No wine here. No. So, but if you offer them something free to direct them back to your blog. So the 30 days for me, 30 days of free. And I just made a little like kind of a book about it. It wasn't any, it took me like just, yeah, Hometalk is okay with directing people to our blog. Yes. Of course they are. Hometalk is all in on us because here's the thing. They're so appreciative of you that you have now gone over there. You're an active part of the Hometalk community. You are showing this incredible before and after project with these step-by-step instructions, and you are providing value for the Hometalk reader. So to me, they are winning. You're winning because you're sending people back to your blog. Like, let's say you say, hey, you know what? Oh my gosh, y'all, I just wrote this amazing ebook. Or it doesn't even have to be an ebook. You could just say, oh, you want to decorate for free at your house? Here's 30 ways to decorate for free, and click here to go get your free, whatever it is, whatever your PDF. I mean, one girl I know was sending people back to her blog for like free quilt patterns and stuff like that. So, but it's a way to drive that traffic back to your blog. And again, it goes back to your Hometalk is this incredible community. They want to find out more, but they also want to be treated with respect. They want to see this incredible before and after with a step-by-step. And then it's like they thank you by going back to your blog. So they do really work to help us. So, okay. So let me, anyone have any questions so far on those tips? Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know. But in the meantime, I'll go on the next way to drive traffic. And this is one of my very favorite ways. And I didn't understand it. When they came out with it at first, I did not understand it. So basically, Hometalk has a thing called the Blogger Traffic Program. And what the Blogger Traffic Program is, how to get the URL from your own blog. Oh, you just cut, like literally, what's it called? Y'all, what's it called? Drag it and cut and paste it. Like cut it up there, copy it. You can do control C or whatever, and then go back to Hometalk and do control V. For my third link, I a lot of times use just a similar post or something else that relates. It always ties in. I kind of have a theme on the blog for that day. So, I mean, on the Hometalk post for that day. So, okay, back to the Blogger Traffic Program. So here's what you do. You go over to Hometalk and you write up 3 projects. And so I do this once a month. So usually, typically on Hometalk, and I'm not posting a ton on Hometalk. I mean, I post enough to give good, high quality projects, but I typically do 3, maybe 4 posts a month over there on Hometalk. So I go over and I do 3 high quality posts, and your dashboard. Now, every one of y'all, when you sign up for Hometalk, you have a dashboard that's over on Hometalk, and you can see it. You just click at the top where on your profile, and it'll say dashboard up there. And on the dashboard, it tells you everything that you need to know about what you're posting on Hometalk. So typically, I go over there, you do 3 high quality, and by high quality, I mean good pictures, good before and after, step by step. And I think there's a minimum word count. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Oh, okay, Jennifer, we're gonna miss you. Bye, friend. What are your thoughts about giving them the exact source for the specific products you use for a project on Hometalk post, as opposed to asking your, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I just kind of, when my overall rule, it's 200 words. Okay, thanks, Chaz. My overall rule on Hometalk is I just try to provide as much value to the reader on Hometalk. And then I know it sounds maybe counterintuitive because you're like, well, I really want to drive them to my blog. But when you provide the quality content to them and you do the kind of the tips that I'm telling you about, and with the blogger traffic program, they come to your blog. It's like you don't have to try to not trick them. That's not the right word, but it's like you don't have to convince them to come over. They want to come over there because they're excited by you and they think you're funny, or they think you're, well, no one really thought it was funny, but they think that your projects are, I mean, yes, they do. Yes, Christina, they do 100%. So anyway, back to the blogger traffic program. So basically you're going to provide 3 quality projects. And once you do that, you'll see it over there on your dashboard. And when you provide the quality projects, then Hometalk gives you a link in their newsletter. Now, here's the best part. So you get this link and they'll announce it to you like, oh, you've got your link coming. And you can direct it to whichever post. So you want to make sure that you go into your Google Analytics and you want to find the most popular posts on your blog. Like, you don't want to mess. You don't want to come up with some sorry post that you just wrote recently. You want the Mac Daddy of all posts on your blog, because this is Hometalk sending the full force of Hometalk over to your blog. So you want something creative. You know, we already talked about projects that are popular on Hometalk. Those same would apply when you're looking for projects that you want to feature. Anything with window treatments, bathroom makeovers, headboard ideas, anything that's repurposing, they love that. Okay, but then you go to your post that they're going to send all that traffic to, because they'll give you probably a couple days notice on it. And I load that thing up, like load it up. I put affiliate links in there like no tomorrow. I mean, I'll be like, oh, you like this, you'll like this. Oh, you like this, you'll like, oh, by the way, have you ever shopped my house? Oh, by the way, have you shopped my, have you shopped my post? I load that thing up with affiliate links and other links to my blog in that post. So it's like Hometalk's doing the work of driving the traffic to your blog, but when they come over there, you maximize it. So the last time that Hometalk sent me traffic to it was in December, early December, they sent me a link, and I loaded that thing up with so many affiliate links that I ended up making about $315, I think is what I ended up clearing from just the traffic that they were sending me, sharing one of your URLs as an example. You mean URLs on my blog or URLs, like, I don't understand, Chaz. And, oh, okay, I can't do that right now because but I can send it. If you email me, if anyone emails me at thistlewoodfarms@yahoo.com, I'll send you what I did so you can see it. But and I have on my blog set up, I have a whole shop my house, because I'm a home decor blogger. So people always want to see where you got your rugs, where you got your couches, where you got all that stuff. So I have all of that over there. And I also have just a general shop. And by shop, I mean, I just put all the pillows I like on there. So, and I had make sure that both of those links are included in the post. And so those, it's crazy the amount of money when Hometalk is sending you all that traffic. You don't want to take that traffic lightly. You want to maximize it. And also in there, I also made sure I had a place to sign up for my newsletter. I also said, it was like this perfect post. So I maximized all the traffic that they sent to my blog. So that is 100. And I get probably on average from Hometalk on that, I'd say if I'm breaking it down, I probably get maybe about 6,000 from Hometalk, and then I get about 2 or 3 from Pinterest, which we're going to talk about Pinterest in just a second. How many new subscribers? Well, I can always tell when Hometalk features me, because I didn't get a ton of new subscribers. I probably got about 50, I think, that day, maybe a little over 50, but it wasn't like 500 or something. But that was 50 new subscribers, and so my whole thing went up. So yeah, it was definitely 10 to 16. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think I got a little over 50 on mine, but I think 100%, you want to make sure you don't want to take that lightly at all for that. So to me, $300 or $400 off some affiliate links, that's well worth my time of going over there and putting the 3 posts on Hometalk. So, okay. So, back to my breakdown. So I'd say about 6,000 comes from the newsletter. I'd say about 3,000 comes, 3,000 to 4,000 comes from Pinterest, which we're about to talk about how you can use Pinterest to drive the traffic back to your blog. And then also I'd say about 1,000 comes from, maybe 1,500 somewhere in there comes from actual home talk. So in the blogger traffic program, can we reshare old posts that were featured a year ago in the newsletter? I don't know. I'll have to find out about that. That's a really good question. That's a Kara question or a Miriam question. I don't know that. So it can only get featured once. That's a question I wish I could answer for you, but I don't know. I don't know if Miriam can comment on here. If you're watching this, Miriam, and you can see, oh yes, no, it has to be new post. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so you want to maximize that feature. You want to make sure that the post that's on your blog, it has links to other posts. You want to make sure you're giving something away so you get new followers, and you also want to load it up with affiliate links because everybody likes to get paid. So, okay, and the example that I was giving is it took this many hours. So like I was counting. Now, keep in mind, remember I said it took me 17 minutes to post. I can write a good home talk post in 25 minutes. So let's say it takes me an hour. So it takes me an hour to load 3 posts, high quality posts on home talk using my little fast method where I'm driving the photos. And that's me like intently focusing on those posts. Like I just sit down and I just write and do it quickly. And then literally for that hour of investment, I end up making $350 on my blog. So I think that's a fair trade right there. Everybody likes to get paid $350 an hour. So make it feel like a landmine. like you can't scroll anywhere without, oh wait, there's another link. Oh wait, there's another link. I love that. That's a great great analogy, Melanie. Do they ever think you're funny over there? Like maybe they think you're funny because they're not. Okay, so now pinning. Here is another amazing thing that Hometalk is doing. So Hometalk has an amazing pinning program. The first thing that I think that they're offering that is absolutely crazy, incredible is they're doing Pinterest audits of your Pinterest. So Raquel is the Pinterest Partners Accounts Manager. I want to make sure that I got her name. Pinterest Partners Accounts Manager. And her name is Raquel. And here's a link to more on the blogger traffic program. Excellent. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you. Thank you. Can we also put information on here about the Pinterest program too? So Hometalk has a program where they actually pay you to pin for them. But it's also even more amazing than that because Raquel will go in and she will audit your Pinterest boards and show you how to make more money and drive more traffic from your Pinterest boards, which I think is, who doesn't want a free Pinterest audit? So she'll go in there and kind of check it out and like say, oh, you really should be doing this, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing, and she's incredible. She knows her stuff. Hometalk for sure, 10 million Pinterest followers. I think they know what they're doing over there on Pinterest. And I think that's a great resource that none of us want to overlook. So you can contact Raquel if you can't see the link. Oh, Katie, she can't see the link. Okay. Well, we will, y'all can't see it. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, Miriam will work on that. So if not, you can always email me and I'll send you the link directly. And again, anything, I am at your disposal. If you were at the last webinar, y'all do not know how many people emailed me with questions like, well, how do I do this? And how do I do this? And how do I do this? And I was like, no, you don't think it was shared to all the attendees. Okay, I get it. And I am at your disposal. I'm the Hometalk ambassador and I want to do anything I can to help you drive traffic to your blog and also to be as successful on Hometalk as possible. So, okay, so here's how the Pinterest program works. So you get your free Pinterest audit. Also you see it now, got it. Okay, excellent. Also too, Hometalk has some amazing Pinterest boards. One, I was telling Miriam actually, this one particular Pinterest board drives so much traffic to my blog, and they periodically open up the Pinterest boards and you can apply to be on the Pinterest boards. And so if that's something you're interested in, you can let Miriam or myself know and you can apply to be on the Hometalk Pinterest board. Like I think some of the boards have over 1 million followers, and one in particular, which is the Hometalk DIY. I was telling Miriam, they never open up. Okay. I don't that's something that you would want to email Raquel and talk to her about. But I'm sure if you become even more active on Home Talk, and if you're active on the Pinterest program, that's probably going to, help include you in any Pinterest boards. So that's definitely something you would want to bring up with her. But it is an amazing, those boards do drive amazing traffic. It's my number one. Like, I'll go, on Pinterest, when you can pull up your analytics, there's my Home Talk board right there. And they have a zillion of them. So that's definitely something that you would want to consider. But the way that the Pinterest program is, they offer a pin it button, which then connects your Pinterest account from the library over on Pinterest. And then you pin Home Talks pins on Pinterest, and you get paid $8 for every 1,000 clicks. So if a pin goes viral and makes, one of my friends was doing this, my friend Amy was doing this, and she was telling me she was easily making quite a bit every month from doing this Pinterest program. She says you kind of have to get them in rotation, but the way, Home Talks they've done a lot of research to make sure that these pins are really pinnable. And so when you pin them on your boards, then it's amazing the amount of money that you can make from that. Bloggers creating content on Home Talk and getting paid, like money, like real money, like money that, like this kind of money. So, and today, we just introduced doing video with brands as well. And so video, now not all brands are interested in that, but the brands that are, that's additional. We are charging a little bit more for that. So that will bring in a little bit more revenue for you as a blogger. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you're interested in creating video for a brand over on Home Talk, that's going to be another new avenue that we are introducing. So we have so many amazing, I just had a long conversation with a brand today. And the way that it works is, number one, you want to make sure that Home Talk profile is absolutely amazing, because the brands are going over. So what we do is we provide the list of bloggers that are in the program. And the brands then go over to the Home Talk profiles and decide which bloggers that they want to work with. Now, you are allowed, after 30 days, you can post that content onto your blog. So it's almost like you get a free, and remember, you're not really competing with Google for Home Talk. So yes, we're still doing, well, actually there's a thing called Home Talk Television now, Home Talk TV, which is a whole nother avenue that you can make revenue on. I personally do Home Talk TV and I love it. It's like one of my favorite things. I just made a garland last month. So it's super fun way. That's another way that you can make revenue off of Home Talk. Home Talk TV is a different, that's a completely different animal than this new video branded content that we're going to be rolling out. So so you want to make sure that your profile is right where it needs to be, because oh, good. You had huge success with that. That's awesome. Because the brands they're going to go over to your profile. They're going to look at it. They're going to see, like, oh my gosh, look at her step-by-steps. Like, they're going to look at your photography, and then they choose, we do between 5 and 10 bloggers at a time for each of the campaigns. And we are in talks right now with, many different companies, anything from craft companies to, I was actually talking to a molding company today. There are paint companies. There are many different varieties of companies that we're going to be working with. And so you would produce this step-by-step content and put it on Home Talk, and then you'll get paid for it. So, so that's definitely something super exciting that we are rolling out. Do they look at previous posts? Can new members have eligibility? Yeah, but you want to make sure that you have, if they go over to your Home Talk profile and there's no projects on there, there's not going to be any way for them to look at do a project. So if this is a program that you're interested in, you want to make sure that you go over to Home Talk and make sure that your profile is where it needs to be. Make sure that you have step-by-step in-process photos, because that's really what they're looking at. And photography is 100% what they're looking for. So just make sure that you're the molding one. Yeah, isn't it? And their molding's like beautiful. So so definitely and really it's up to the companies to choose, because we give them the list of bloggers that we have enrolled in the program. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for stopping by. But we have an amazing, amazing group of companies. They go over, they look at the bloggers, and then they decide from that which bloggers that they want to work with. So the best foot forward that you can put, possibly, that would be amazing. So does anybody have any questions about the branded content program? Do you have any questions about, will there be in the future to link our Hometalk TV segments to our, yes, and also they follow you on your Hometalk TV. Have you seen that? I'm always trying to get followers wherever I go. So I love that the amount of followers that we have over there on the Hometalk TV. I think Hometalk TV is a giant success. And I act like I'm on for sure on my own television show. I call it Creating with Kari. And I say, welcome to another episode. Creating with Kari. So anyway, all right. Well, so does anybody have any questions at all about anything that I've brought up? Do you have any questions about the Pinterest program? Do you have any questions about the branded content program? Do you have any questions about adding those links? Any questions at all? Isn't it overwhelming for brands to go to profiles when the content on our profile isn't categorized? I have a lot of craft blogs, but they are now buried because they're older. I think mostly when or at least the brands I talked to, when they were going over there, they were just looking to see kind of, you know, and if working with craft companies is something that you're interested in, maybe you put some new posts on there at the top. Thank you, Kari. Thank you. So exciting, new goals for sure. But yeah, if working with craft companies is something that is, you know, something you think you might want to do, then I would maybe put some more craft. So those were by the top when we do have quite a few craft companies that we're going to be working with. So that's definitely something that you want to make sure that you look at. So does anyone else have any questions? Anyone? Okay, so before we go, it would not be a webinar unless I gave you a little bit of encouragement, because this is a brand new year. This is 2020. Can you edit old posts to bring them to the top? Yes, I think that when I'm not sure on that. I know that they pop to the top of the Hometalk queue, but I'm not sure if they pop to the top of that's a Miriam question. I don't know if you edit them, if they pop to the top of your own personal profile. I'm not sure on that. So, but anyway, so this is 2020. I know, brand new year. It's a symmetrical year. I always picture like, it won't pop to the top of your profile. Okay. But I always picture those 2020 glasses. At least now we have 2 O's for our eyes for 2020. And blogging can be challenging. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. Blogging is super challenging. And how many times have you been scrolling through your feed and you just feel overwhelmed? You feel like you're never doing enough. You feel like you're not enough. You feel like someone else is going faster than you are. Someone else is growing more than you are. And here's the thing that I want to encourage you with. And I believe this I'm not just saying this. I wish that we had coffee right now and we were both having coffee together, because I think that it's so important to remember. Numbers are amazing. Numbers are great. They are definitely putting your best foot forward if you have these amazing, incredible numbers. But you know what is more important than numbers? What's more important than numbers is invested followers in your brand. And I tell people all the time, if you have 1,000 loyal followers, you could rule the world. Because at the end of the day, all that these brands really care about is that you are creating a project that showcases their brand in a way that would make someone want to buy that product. And that is the most important thing. And on your own blog individually, when you're working with brands, not on Hometalk, but if you're on your own blog individually working with brands, they just want to know that you have somehow influenced someone's buying decision. So you could have this huge blog with 500,000 people, and you could drive basically no traffic to them. Or you could have a smaller blog that has 30,000 people, let's say, and you drive them traffic. Guess who that brand is going to want to work with again? And so I say that to encourage you, because I think sometimes we're so focused on the numbers, and I am telling you this with every fiber of my being. It is so much more important to have invested, loyal followers. And that's what I was talking about with Hometalk. That's why when I do my utmost to honor Hometalk and go over there and make their make my platform over there the best that it could possibly be. Because when I do that, the people that come to my blog are interested in me. And when they're interested in me, they invest in me, and then my brand grows. And you want to be unique to who you are, because guess what happens? If you're creating projects that you love, if you're creating projects that are your heart, then the people that come to your blog, they're just like you. They want to follow along with you because they're interested in the same thing. When I meet someone in real life who reads my blog, we are like BFFs always, because it's like they get me. Does that make sense? Now, I don't have millions of followers. I'm KariAnne. I'm just Thistlewood Farms. But the people that I have that read my blog, oh, I treasure them. I read every comment. I try to encourage them whenever possible. And so I wanted to encourage you in that, because I think sometimes we're so focused on growing and getting bigger and doing all this, and we don't even enjoy the readers that we have along the way. Honor the readers that you have, and they will honor you. Okay, that's all that I have for today. All right, well, remember always that you are amazing, and have a day as amazing as you are. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.